Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I got over this Ukrainska Pravda article where I saw United States, Ukraine, some billions of dollars and a picture. And I said, who is actually using our money to give to whom exactly? We have names, we know who they are. We haven't been asked. They do it in our name with supposedly our taxes, and we don't say or can't say anything. Let me show you. This article from Ukrainska Pravda. I looked first at the title, which is like this. US commits, so US is you and I, if you're American, you and I, commits US dollars 11.8 billion. So that would be 12, let's say, billion dollars. 12 in additional aid to cover Ukraine's budget deficit, says Treasury Department. So the United States of America will pay the salaries of, that's what it is, bureaucrats in another country. Why? Well, we supported against the Russian. Was I asked? Fuck you. So that's how it goes. Then says who? Who exactly gives that money? Treasury Department. Who? And then I saw the picture. We're going to go to issue number 2. We're going to come back to this in a second. You see that imbecile? Her name is Yellen, Janet Yellen. I heard her speak, I heard the statements, I saw her testifying in front of the Senate Commission, blah, blah, blah. She is not very bright. But she probably has other, let's put them, qualities that open doors for her. She was at one point, this imbecile, she was the director, I want to call the chief of the Federal Reserve Bank, a private bank in charge of us. So just setting, interest rates among banks and institutions for the whole country. She is the one with the money. Remember who said that? I don't care who's the leader of the country as long as I'm controlling the money. Now, who's controlling the money? Is that person over there? So she's from the Federal Reserve Bank, private bank, transferred to the, what's this called? I always have a problem remember. Treasury Department, and gives our money to someone else, to Zelensky, basically to keep Zelensky in place. Because if they cannot pay the salaries, those guys will riot and fuck him up. Now, that's another one. In whose name she gives that money to that guy? In our name. That's our money. They control our money and they give it to their people. Oh, not to people, to other people. Now, she is Jewish. Nothing wrong with that. So is the president of Ukraine. He's also Jewish. The prime minister of Ukraine is also Jewish. Which is Denis Shmihal, the chief of staff guy, who's actually more important than, I would say, the prime minister, Yermak, also Jewish, and she's Jewish. Our foreign minister, Blinken, half Jewish. Undersecretary Nuland, full Jewish. Don't connect any fucking dots, okay? I forbid you. But don't you think this coincidence is very coincidental? And if you think that I am just bad, try to put the shoe in another foot or someone else's mouth. How many Romanians do you know being foreign ministers, defense ministers? Defense minister of Great Britain is also Mr. Saps, Grant Shapps. He's also Jewish. The defense minister of Great Britain. How many Romanians do you know, presidents of other countries, prime ministers of other countries, treasury department chiefs of other countries, foreign ministers of other countries, defense ministers of other countries? I tell you how many. Not even in Romania. Not even in their country you see that. Do you think it's coincidental? I think it's coincidental. So these guys give our money to the other side, which is their side, not our side. Well, my friends, you draw your own conclusions. Everything I said is true. Everything I said about Yellen is true. About Zelensky, Zmihal, and Yermak. About the Romanians. About shops. About Blinken. About Newland. About the $11.8 billion to give to Ukraine. Everything I said is true. So if you don't like what I said, you're not an honest person, including YouTube. But remember, it's just a coincidence. It seems to me that some of us are like hamsters or mice on that little spinning wheel, and that it goes to a little bulb somewhere, to a generator or whatever it goes. We are the light of other people. We are the life of other people. It is like the banks. Remember, these guys without us, the mice, would not have anything. They sit in chairs, they meet one another, they fly planes, they move around billions of dollars in our name without asking us. This is an appointed, never been elected by the people. It's a bureaucrat appointed to do a job for, I don't think, for us. Now, these guys are doing that, we're doing over here. They cannot live without our energy. That's why when people use the matrix metaphor, that's exactly what seems to be. We work, they manage our money, and in our name, with our power, United States of America, they fix their global hegemony. They fix it with us. This is like the banks. Don't you see that the banks are the richest, most important corporate, I don't know, businesses in the world? What do they produce? Numbers with their finger in the ass. Clip, 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 clip. That's what they do. Now remember, in order to realize who's more important than whom, you have to put them in the context of, if I take this out, will this be surviving? And vice versa, if I take this out, will this be surviving? I always give you this analogy from the preferred story from the Bible with Adam and Eve. Remember, God made the man. Another made the man. Adam is man, or not human, as far as I remember. So when he made the man, he saw that the guy was not very happy alone. So he said, let's make a helper, a helping hand. What did he do? There's two stories. One is that he did it from the same blah, 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 and the other one put asleep the man and took from the man the rib, and then created a woman to help him, or to help one another, to complement one another, to be together, to be one. Like, for instance, if I go to school, let's go, I take this with me. Now, together we graduate. But anyway, my point is this: the rib cannot live outside of an organism. Take it out, it'll be rotten. An organism without a rib, or two, or three, or four, or five, can live. The same is with the banks. The banks are the ribs. We and the businesses are Adam, are the men. The rib cannot live without us. We can live without the rib. So the banks cannot live without the businesses and the human beings. We, the mice, the hamsters. But we can live without the bank. Understand? So that means that we are of more importance than the bank, because they depend on us, but somehow they are in charge of us. How is this possible? Look at Yellen. Yellen, Zelensky, and everybody else. How come we and they, just think about it. with US's might. It's being used to fix their little problems. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.